Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. I thought I'd start the day with another sales update. This is the second half of September. I started, when I get these ready, I normally sort of like just filter eBay on orders and look at last month and then list it by price. And I started doing this and I thought I've seen all this stuff before. It's because I'd already done the first half of September. Anyway, if you like this sort of sales updates, I do have a playlist on them, so if you want to catch up, I'll put a link in one of the corners. If you're more into sort of like boot fair pickups and what I'm picking up, I'll also put a link in one of the corners. And if you like the content, I mean, I'll try and put a link to subscribe in one of the corners. See if I can work that out. I might put it on my nose, who knows. Right, let's crack straight on. Hopefully take about 10 minutes. Got 10 items, 10 minutes. So this is second half of September, so pretty much gets me up to date. And I sort it by price, even though sometimes eBay gives me cheaper ones, in the list, up higher than more expensive ones. Don't know why that is. And then this is everything, like I say, from 16th to the 30th of September. So let's crack on. Now I'm going to share the screen. I'm going to do the whole screen. So you don't even got me in the corner getting in the way. I love flip clocks. I don't know what it is about them. Probably I remember as a kid going into my mum and dad's bedroom in the 70s and they had a flip clock. I remember listening to Radio 2, the football on there, big European nights and stuff. And I will always pick them up. And you can normally get them for like under a fiver. Even if they don't work, there are other people who love flip clocks and love fiddling around and fixing them. And this one needed a bit of repair itself. It was something rattling around inside, but it just needed gluing and fixing. So I did that, and it was a lovely little vintage piece. I think it's sold now. I've got to be honest with you. I don't know whether it's sold for $34.99. If I do take offers, I will tend to sort of go within 10%. I could look them all up, but I think that'd be too much faffing around. So let's, the sale price, assume it's within 10% of that. I may well even got the $34.99. I'm not too sure, but always worth looking out for a nice flip clock. And if if you can get a brown grey one, doesn't really matter if it you don't like it. Other people will like it. I've got a huge flip clock here. Let me show you. I tell you, I love a flip clock. Look at that. Oh, that's a flip clock. The actual clock bit isn't a flip clock. It's just the date. But that's the second one I've had of those. I sold the first one for 200 quid. That one I don't think will sell for as much. That's Habitat. It's a Habitat clock, by the way. I think I was lucky with the first one. I've got that one on for about 120. Now I have forgotten also to say thank you to Happy Chap 84. He's only going to send me a Billy Bass fish. He mentioned it. He picked it up a few months ago and it didn't work. And he knows I love repairing the old fish. So Pete, thanks ever so much for that. And what's better still is he sent me a Christmas card. Absolutely brilliant. First Christmas card. And normally with Christmas cards, my family, these will get loads, the kids will get loads, and I don't get any because my mates can't be bothered with that sort of thing. At the moment, I'm the most popular person in the house because I've got the most Christmas cards. That's what I'm saying. Right, on to the next one. And get me windows sorted. Okay. Not that one. Where are we? Da 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 da. What am I doing? Oh dear. Da 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 da. That's just a bit of selfless promotion for my own channel. There we go. I suppose this is the sort of thing that Z might sell in his shop. Only Cool Stuff UK. Not UK. Only Cool Stuff. It was a vinyl model that basically you glue together, and so it only contained like about 6 bits, or no, 5 bits, like the legs, 2 arms, a body and a head. And you glue it together and you paint it and you think, yeah, brilliant, I've got a Arnie Terminator 2 doll. I bought it at a boot fair from the guy who normally does have quite good stuff. So it cost quite a bit of money. I'm thinking he was offering about, he was trying to get to about 20 quid for it, which seems a lot of money. Maybe it was about a tenner. I can't remember. I could look it up. But anyway, it wasn't like your 2 quid into 40 quid. And I probably bought it with a load of other stuff. Again, I think I got around about the 40 quid. If I didn't, it would be very near that mark. But it took a little while to sell. The box was pretty beat up. But just went on comps to get a price for that. Right, back to me. So confusing, all these windows. This is where I need 2 screens, I should get a bit technical really. Right, on to the next one, which is something I had to buy something for. This I picked up one of these for 3 quid at a boot fair, and perfect condition, and then I was bringing it up to show off on the internet on one of my haul videos, and the pot dropped out and it smashed. And I was like, oh great. And then a bit later, another boot fair, I picked up another one for put me in the corner. Oh no, I've done that wrong. There we go. Hello. I picked up another one for 2 quid, and I got it because it was so cheap, but the pot was chipped. So I ended up with 2 of these, both unsellable, but I'd got them cheap. And in the end I was hunting around on eBay for the replacement pots for an STM 001 Swan Teasmade, and they were about 15 quid, and I was like, oh god, okay, it would end up with me spending 18 quid, and I'm going to get about 30-40 back. And it took a long time for me to sort it out. In the end I went to the Swan website, and there was a discount code, and it ended up the pots cost about 12 quid each. So I got 2 pots. I've put one on. Still got one to go on. Got to list it. But yeah, ended up. So in the end, ended up spending 12 plus 3 and 12 plus 2. So that's like 15 quid to 40 quid, which isn't too bad. It's just it was a case of getting it done. I'm glad I did, because a bit of a pain to pack, but it's good to get it out and sold. Okay, the next one. This next one was I picked up a whole stack of it was a big Tupperware box, like the things Lego come in, the real big ones that people keep closing them and stuff, and it was full of radio control just gubbins, and it had 3 transmitters in, and then it also had like a load of like servos and stuff. Anyway, I sold, and that cost me 20 quid. I sold each of the transmitters for about 40 or 50 quid each. So each of those probably got me about 120, 30 quid, maybe more than that. And then all the other bits and bobs, which was servos, there were some receivers in there. I didn't know anything about it. I think I sold for about 35. I got the guy who bought it messaged me and he said one of the receivers didn't work. He sent me a photo. He'd opened it up. There was water damage everywhere, and he wanted a £15 refund on a £35 sale. And I think I gave it to him, and because he was right. The receiver was the most valuable bit of the lot, and really I was just clearing it. So I was quite happy to get. I don't know if we did a £10 refund. Or, we agreed a refund, which was fair. He knew what he was talking about, and he sort of said the servos and stuff aren't much use to me, and that was the cheaper bit. The receivers are the most expensive bit. Right, next one I didn't enjoy at all, and I know a lot of people sell these or will look out for them, and you don't get as much as you used to. I have sold something like this before. I sold a combi before for 150 quid, and it got smashed in transit. So I always kind of panic about this sort of thing, and when it sold I was like, oh god, it's sold, I'm going to have to sort this out. And it was like loads and loads of bubble wrap in a box. I don't have any polystyrene. I should maybe get some polystyrene for this sort of thing. I know George has done a packing video on that, where he sort of tells you how to pack a CRT TV, so check that out if you're ever selling one of these. I struggle with getting the boxes, big old square double wall box, you know, it's not an easy one to find really. I get a lot of other big boxes, but like a double wall box for a CRT TV, not easy. So I do not like picking these up. I've got two others sort of, they're not even for sale. I mean, I've got one that I'm keeping for testing, and one I've got which I do mean to sell, but I don't really want to because I don't think I've got a box for it. But anyway, it probably cost about a fiver, and that's into 42 quid. So yeah, good profit on it, but you know, just a pain. I saw one of George's videos yesterday where he went up the British Heart Foundation and he picked a load of, you know, there was some profit in there. It was a bread maker and a Corby trouser press. Corby trouser press, good pickup, but you know, it's the sort of stuff I would really think about being bothered with it. I know there's profit in it, but I'd rather hunt around for other stuff that's easier to pack. But each to his own. Right, next is Roland Eddie Roll, and this cost 8 quid. And again, this was quite fortunate. It didn't have a power supply, and it sold, I think it went via GSP. And when the bloke got it, I mean, I put the batteries on and turned it on, and just twiddled all the knobs and, you know, gave it a general sort of test. But when the bloke got it, I think he was trying to do something really specific, and it was, there was some sort of fault there. Let me put it on that. And he sort of said, "Oh, it was a bit of an issue," and I was like, "Oh no, it's going to be a return." So I struck up a good conversation with him. I've got a GSP issue at the moment, which I probably will do another video on to let you all know about that. But the important thing is to strike up a positive, you know, conversation that you are helping to resolve the problem. Anyway, in the end, he sort of, you know, he knew what he was doing. He was a very honest buyer. He said he'd given it a bit of a clean. You know, I think he'd gone a little bit technical on, you know, your average person, you know, would just say it's broken, send it back. But he'd actually taken the time to sort out the problem, and he said it was fine, no problem at all. So that was good. All through keeping up the conversation really. And you know, sort of saying, I'm here if you need any help, keep me informed, not just dismissing it, not just, don't always assume they're scamming you. You know, there's a lot of people who might get something and there might be an issue with it. You know, it can be the way. There are the scammers obviously, and you normally get a feel for those, but sometimes there's a genuine problem. Right, this was a nice little buy. This was very cheap at a boot fair. Again, it was like 2 or 3 quid. Someone just sick of it and chucking it away. And you do get like rubbish steering wheels, but this was a particularly good one. It had a power supply for the actual wheel, which, you know, means there was, when you're using it in a game, it gives that. What am I trying to say? It turns the steering wheel itself. I don't know what it's called, but you know, it judders and goes all over the place, and it's absolutely, mate. If you crash, you know, the wheel goes everywhere. It's like a flight simulator, but it's a wheel. It's a wheel simulator. So the wheel, the plastic on it had got a bit sticky. Sometimes I find that with things, you know, plastic ages and you get a stickiness to it. But I just put some general anti-bac cleaner on it, and you know, it took a while to clean, but you know, gave it a clean up. I think I might have even put it in the description. What did I say? Let's have a look. Oh, and the other thing about this was the wire. One of the wires, the shielding on it was just, it had ended just before it had gone into the plug socket that connects the pedals to the wheel, and you could see like the 2 or 3 wires inside, which I thought was a bit dodgy. But I put some insulation tape around that, and I put that in the item description. I don't know if you can see that there. It does say it, you know, black insulation wire, la da da da. But again, 2 to 70 plus postage. Very, very nice indeed. Sorry, I've still got my Little cough. It'll probably go by Christmas, but who knows. Right, on to the next one, which is the one everyone knows about. And I had one of these in my first half of September. And it is Mike. And everyone knows about Mike. Perfect condition. Probably could have got it graded. Probably, could have asked for more money. But I'm weighing that up against the price being tanked because everyone knows about it. I think they're going for around about 50 quid now if you can find one. I got two of these very early on and I sold both of them for 65 quid. And it was, I think I might have got one of the Question Sports for free, and the other one cost me a couple of quid. But I got them before people were going on about it, and got them out quick because there was only one way the price was going to go after everyone started going on about it. Right, so that's that one, 65 quid. On to, no, this is number two. Two more to go. Here we go. That's all right, isn't it? How much did these cost? I think they either cost 20 or 30. I got them at Rose Hill Boot Fair, and they were very nice. 20, I think, actually. Thinking about it, whatever price they went, look at the price they sold at. Normal DMs, I'd probably go for around about 90 quid. No matter what the size. Sometimes the smaller sizes might be about 70 quid, but seeing as these were they were a good size 9, sort of, your middling 8, 9s, 10s, always a good size, 8, 9, 10, 11, always a good size. And the fact that they were like 14 hole, absolutely wonderful, and the condition was spot on, really. Like I say, I only wore them once. They weren't the made in England ones, but it was the condition that sold them, really. So very nice sale. When you're at a boot fair and someone says 20 quid, I used to kind of like balk at that. I don't know whether I expect to go around a boot fair and get everything for 50p to £2, and if anybody says like over a fiver, I faint and become a little bit lightheaded. But now, I'm more because I suppose my knowledge has increased. If I can see that and go, well, it's at least 70, probably 90, might be more, and someone says 20, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? Right, number one. It is another Le Creuset, and again I had one of these in the first half of the month, an oval one. This is a round one, and I think I was listing this in the listing challenge, so I put it up at a slightly higher price, just chance of my arm, and would you believe it, it sold. It's a big old boy. It's a 28 centimetre one, which is huge. Condition was excellent. Not new, but it was me again. It was excellent in condition, and I thought, well, it's going to be 150 at least, and I thought I'd try 175. It is free postage, but the postage is around about 8 quid, I think, Hermes. Again, packing these, I'll package each part individually and then I'll tape the two parts together. So each part is surrounded in like plenty of bubble wrap, cardboard surround, and then all taped together and then put in a box with void filler, la-di-da-di-da. But yeah, that is the top sale for the second half of September. 175 smackaroonies. So yeah, September was a really, really alright month. I think October hasn't been great, but has recovered towards the end, which is quite good. So I think in a couple of weeks I'll be catching up with the first half of October and be showing you all that. That's all for now. I'll let everyone get on. I like to keep it concise and compact and not blab on too much. So I'll let you go. Again, if you do like it, do subscribe. It really helps me out. And take care. I'll see you soon.